hottest record in the world.
Sure is. I'm delighted to say we got Lynn from Paris on the line. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. I spoke to you a couple of weeks ago when you guys were in, but it's really great to have you on the phone for a real big deal announcement tonight, Lynn. We have a new album. We have a song. What can you tell us, please?
I do have some news. Our album number 3 is called Use Me. It comes out May 1st.
Yeah.
And the hottest record that you'll be playing tonight is called Dead Weight. That's the first song off of Use Me.
Okay, let's play it right now. We're going to play it twice. So let's get our first play of your hottest record in the world. From Paris, this is Dead Weight.
Now, this is Annie Mac's hottest record in the world. This is Annie Mac's hottest record in the world.
There you go. That was Dead Weight from Paris. I got Lynn on the line. Lynn, I'm just loving everything that I'm hearing from this new project of yours.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoy it.
Yeah. So that track that we just heard, Dead Weight, what can you tell us was kind of the inspiration behind this song? What compelled you to write it?
Yeah, it's mostly about, like, last year, 2 years have been I feel like everything's always constantly changing and shifting, but the last 2 years in particular was a lot of kind of reevaluating, shedding old skin, shedding old habits, any types of like toxic relationships and you name it have just been really like worked through and moved on from. And it felt like I was carrying around a lot of dead weight. I also just like find myself really being taken advantage of sometimes with past relationships, and it was kind of reflecting on that as well, and just kind of finding a way to channel that anger and that kind of resentment, and like after realizing that, being like, wow, like this has been completely unfair, and just kind of like that the way to express that. But it's also kind of like a female empowerment.
Yeah, which is great. And I wanted to ask you as well just about your position in the band and this kind of idea of you owning the talent that you have and the vision that you have for the band. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think I've always been the main creative behind PVRIS, and I think anybody who's like directly in relation to us knows that, but I don't think it's something everybody else knows, and it was something I started to realize. And I felt like I always had to shrink that and kind of not really acknowledge it or talk about it, or like even in interviews when we'd be asked about, oh, what's the process like, I would kind of just downplay a lot. And I realized it was just really not healthy to be doing that constantly. And Brian and Alex were really encouraging. They're like, dude, you need to like step up, you're doing something really awesome. And they're always the ones have been kind of like pushing me, like, just talk about it, be open about it. And along with kind of just all the other realizations was like, this is something I really need to do in order to move forward healthier and to be the best I can be. And I want to be transparent and be honest about the process. And I think it's a really cool thing to be open about too. And I wish I had, especially in this industry, a very male-dominated industry, I wish I had somebody doing what I'm doing to like look up to. And so I'm like, this is really the motivation to be open about it. And because I think it's important for any young women who want to do music to know that they can have this role and they can be respected in it, and they can have really, really supportive and encouraging teammates in the process of that as well. So yeah, I think it's time.
I love it. It's so, as you say, it's so inspiring for people to hear that. And as someone who interviews artists for a living, I see it so often. I see women kind of, and it's always the women kind of hanging back and not owning their stuff. I remember interviewing Florence Welch and her kind of, I think it was just her last album that she finally came out and called herself a co-producer, even though she's been kind of doing that the whole time. She's like, actually, on paper, this is what I'm doing, but I've just never felt like I could actually, claim that. So I think it's really important that more women out there are doing that and are feeling like they're in a space where they can. And as you say, it's all about having the support of your bandmates and the people around you, and it's wonderful to see.
Yeah, because if I didn't have that, I don't think I would have felt like I could step forward and start to be open about it. So I'm really grateful. I remember actually hearing that interview and being like, oh my gosh, I wonder how many other women are have been in the same position and just like, I think it's really common to get discredited or questioned for like how much you're contributing. Yeah. And I mean, I think music is a very collaborative thing. So whoever you're working with at the end of the day is your teammate, but it's really unfair to be like, well, it's all him. Yeah. It's all that, like, you know. So
she just comes in and sings.
Yeah. As you know.
Yeah, listen, it's so wonderful to hear this, and I feel like, you know, all this work that you've done, and it's clear that you've been working really hard personally and professionally to be in a situation where you are really comfortable creatively and professionally, and I just think that it just means like the future of your band is so exciting now because you've got it all figured out. It's great.
I appreciate that. Yeah, it feels really exciting and refreshing, and it's getting more and more exciting the older I'm getting, which is really cool because usually you hear the opposite. So I'm very happy that it's going the other way currently.
Good. Well, we look forward to the new album, and we will very much enjoy being able to play this song on the show. It's called Dead Weight. PVRIS is the band. Lynn is the lady you have been listening to here on Radio 1. Lynn, always such a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for playing the song.
Okay, here it is once again, PVRIS and Dead Weight.
This is the hottest record in the world.